If you are applying for a US F-1 student visa in 2026, you will be asked to disclose your social media handles for a mandatory online presence review. Before we break down the protocol, let us know in the comments what stage of the application process you are in right now. We are going to map out the specific steps for a digital audit that aligns your online presence with your DS-160. Following this process helps identify critical discrepancies or hidden fraud triggers before you attend your interview. This shift in policy is driven by Executive Order 14161, signed in early 2025. It established online presence reviews as a mandatory component of national security vetting for all visa applicants. The rollout began with student and exchange visitors in June 2025, expanded to specialty workers in December, and reached its current scope in March 2026, covering nearly all non-immigrant categories. Your public digital activity is no longer a private matter. The Department of State now treats it as a formal, scrutinized extension of your visa application. To manage this requirement, distinguish between the two levels of vetting: standard disclosure and enhanced vetting. Most student applicants undergo standard disclosure, which verifies that your identity and academic claims are consistent across your application and public profiles. Consular officers do not monitor private communications. They do not request passwords or access to private group chats. Vetting is limited to the public information you have shared or interacted with. Adjudicators are screening for specific indicators of inadmissibility. This includes support for extremist organizations, violent political speech, or content that suggests hostility toward United States institutions. Your digital artifacts are evaluated for intent. Public reports highlight instances where border entry was denied after authorities discovered political memes on a device, suggesting an antagonistic attitude toward the government. While organizations continue to challenge these mandates in federal court on First Amendment grounds, the current regulations remain a strict legal obligation for all applicants. For most students, the primary threat to an application is not casual social media use, but rather digital evidence that creates an appearance of academic or identity fraud. The audit and align phase begins several months before your interview. This is your time frame for organizing your records and identifying potential conflicts. Start by searching your legal name across multiple search engines. You need to identify exactly what public information a consular officer will see when they research your background. Professional networking profiles often create a conflict for student applicants. If your visa claims a focus on full-time study, but your public LinkedIn profile actively advertises availability for permanent U.S. employment, you provide evidence contradicting your non-immigrant intent. This is a side-by-side comparison of a DS-160 draft and a professional biography. You must cross-reference your employment and education histories against these public records. Dates, titles, and locations must align perfectly. Review your post history over the last 5 years. You are looking for any content, including likes or shares, that could be interpreted as support for illegal activity or extremist views. For real-time updates on these screening procedures, make sure to bookmark the iStudent Visa Policy Tracker. Absolute consistency between your official forms and your public digital data is the most effective defense against administrative processing delays. Next, you must compile a 5-year log of your digital identity. This list must include every handle, screen name, and username you have used since 2021. The DS-160 form provides a drop-down menu of specific platforms you must disclose. This includes mainstream networks like Instagram and X, but also professional and discussion platforms like LinkedIn and Reddit. If you maintained an account on any of these platforms within the last 5 years, it must be disclosed, even if the account is currently inactive, suspended, or deleted. Intentionally omitting an account is legally defined as a material misrepresentation under Section 212 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. This can lead to permanent visa ineligibility. If this guide is helping you prepare, like the video so it reaches other applicants. Your final step before the interview is to set every disclosed account to public. Do not rapidly delete large amounts of content before your interview. Consular officers monitor abrupt digital changes, and mass deletions trigger immediate fraud flags. In a consular vetting environment, a transparent and consistent history is always safer than a sudden attempt at digital concealment. Once you have audited your footprint, aligned your DS-160, completed your 5-year log, and set your profiles to public, you have completed the audit protocol. Maintain these public settings as you proceed to your embassy appointment. Keeping your online presence accessible facilitates the vetting necessary for your adjudication. Resolving digital discrepancies early removes the primary source of uncertainty during the consular interview. Subscribe for daily policy guides and check the description link for the full IT Student Policy Tracker. Digital compliance protects the legal foundation.